Welcome to another BuilderBox feature tutorial. In this video, we're going to look at the submittal register. You may have noticed that in BuilderBox there is a submittal log and a submittal register. Before we get started, it is important that we understand the difference between the two and how they work together. The submittal log is the module where a submittal itself gets processed. The contents of the submittal, such as product information or a shop drawing, for example, will be found in a submittal under the submittal log. It is in the log that you can set up workflow automation for reviews and approval of submittals. To learn how to process and review submittals, please visit the training video linked in the description below. The submittal register, on the other hand, is just a list of all required submittals for the project with information about due dates, product lead times, as well as who is responsible for processing each submittal and the scope to which it belongs. With the submittal register, you can see the status of all your procurement on day one of the project and assign different scope packages to the contractors responsible for each scope. From the register, you can also report out the status of procurement in a way that is required by many owners. Let's take a look at how to create or import submittal register items and how to assign them to an individual or company to be processed. Inside of your project, expand the Submittals module and select Register. If there is nothing already in the register, you will have the choice to import or create new data. Normally, only the project administrator will have the permissions to do this, as it is something intended to be done just once. I'll start by importing, and we'll take a look at how to create individual register items in a minute. Select the Import Submittal Register option, and the File selection box will slide out. Note that you can download a template of how import data needs to be structured here. Let's pause for a moment and take a look at the import data format. For the import to work, you will need to make sure that the data is clean and consistent with the rest of your project setup. The specification section and subsection columns need to match your project spec section library, of course. The submittal type must match the types available to the submittal module, and the submittal package and trades need to match the corresponding libraries for the project. As you can see here, you can also leave them blank and fill them out later. Although for a large submittal register with many items, it would be worth doing this work as part of the import. Also important to note, if you're including dates in the import file, please make sure your cells are formatted as text. Excel does weird things to the raw data inside of a date cell. Once you have your import data properly formatted, you can upload the file to the submittal register. You can add more items manually or import another file with the Add New Item to Register button and the drop-down arrow within it. The Add New Item to Register form has the same fields as the import file, plus a few more options. Now that you have the submittal register created, let's take a look at how to assign items to an individual or company. While creating or editing a register item, you can select an individual or company in the Responsible section of the form. Better yet, you can assign multiple items in the register view. Just filter the view to show only a specific scope using the search filter. In this case, I will look for anything containing 22, as that corresponds to my plumbing spec section. Select the items you want to assign with the checkbox next to the ID column. The Assign option will appear in the menu. Click Assign and the Assignee window will open. Here you can select the company or individual team member you want to be responsible for the selected items. Let's now take a look at how to process each individual submittal and how the register and the log work together. To do that, let's look at this from the point of view of one of our subcontractors. When a member of the company we have assigned as responsible for a specific scope looks at the submittal register, they have the option to filter items assigned to my company, or even items assigned to me if they were singled out. Here I can see that section 22 of the spec was assigned to my company, and I can double-click each item in the register to see any information or instructions associated with each item. I can click on Process the Submittal to launch the submittal form. I can also right-click any line item from the register view and select Process the Submittal. When I do that, the submittal form will open. This is where I would insert the submittal itself, and when I submit it, it will go in the submittal log. Here, any options you have set up for workflows and other options will take over. If we go back to the submittal register, you will now see that there is a link to the submittal itself from any item that has been processed. We hope this helps you more effectively manage your submittals. For more information and to get help with your submittal register setup, please contact your implementation and customer success team at BuilderBox. Thanks for watching.